Alright. And it's live. Doing my best Martin Tyler impression. Ed and Niek. Colors yellow and green. Playing as Gunman and Revo. Formerly Gunman and Osama. But Osama didn't.
Player defeated.
Was MIA. So it's gonna be a top left to bottom right. Typical Cold Speed game. Predictions are, I think Ed and Niek will probably get away with this based on their experience and their sort of chemistry between the both of them. Revo and Gunman both solid players. I think this is the kind of the best sort of matchup because Revo and Niek, I'd say, are evenly matched, and Gunman and Ed are sort of evenly matched. So it's a pretty even matchup that we see here.
Wow! How's it going, my man?
But anyways,
we're on day 20 of me not having cooked food.
Oh god, yeah, you still haven't cooked any food at all.
Oh.
Right.
Yesterday I had a pancake and a pizza. Or crepe and a pizza. Today I've had
Crepe,
my Mackey's
yeah.
breakfast and I don't know what's for dinner.
God damn. And you call me fat. Well, you know, you didn't call me fat.
I didn't call you fat. Also, I'm not fat. Most people might get fat eating what I eat and doing as little exercises I do, but it doesn't. I'm not fat. Joys of genetics. Anyway, so Gunman. So we got bottom right versus top left. GM right next to Ed.
Oh, there you go. Ed going 0.
And GM has switched off of allies.
And he's going 1 minor. Can probably drill this Rhino and sort of thwart that rush.
I think the drone really makes the going 1 very doable.
Yeah. Or very easily counterable. Oh, he got hit there, the drone. 3 minus, we got 3 minus. So Ed is the only one that went 0 here. Governor forced to go
yes.
1.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Gunman's minor. He saw it, but he was just a little bit too late.
Mm-hmm.
Want to be Ed just made dreams? Yeah, he doesn't like dreams, does he?
Steve, thank you very much, dude. Yeah, so Revo and Niek both along the top. I'm not sure who. Gunman and Ed will probably be the ones taking the lead, but I think Revo can just take Niek here. Sort of be on his way.
I think these games will be won on Revo versus Niek rather than GM versus Ed.
Yeah, because they're sort of evenly matched, but in terms of Ed Revo versus Niek, they're quite even, but I think Revo takes it slightly.
I think Revo is. I think in a TVC situation, I think I'm looking at Revo slightly higher.
Uh-oh. Niek coming towards the back door. Is there any beacons from Revo towards Gunman? And Niek is gonna get into a sandwich!
What?
Oh, that was
already away.
almost a sandwich there.
That was perfect opportunity.
No, they're gonna group up and go in together.
No.
Gunman is slightly behind there in the timing. Gunman, however, good tank control. He's gonna keep his tanks alive here.
Yeah.
Revo using as good fodder. They're gonna take out all of Ed and Niek's tanks. More reinforcements coming in here from Niek. Ed coming around the bottom left as well.
Ed, yeah. And behind all this, Revo's gone up top right.
And Ed moves top left as well. Oh, Niek just pushing in there without any tank control. He does win the fight, but lost maybe 1 too many rhinos there. Gunman protecting Revo there, spinning up his tanks 2 ways. This is definitely one of the high level matchups that we've seen here. Both players know what they're doing. Both teams know what they're doing. None of them are sort of tilted or have bad internet.
I think this is one of the first games we've seen where all 4 players play 2v2s.
Yeah, yeah.
Revo is him while you're in the top right.
God.
Oh, it keeps it alive.
Just slightly though. Gunman gets pushed back by Ed. The trees are helping Ed just a little bit in his tank control. It's pretty even. I think Ed has a favor there because his warfighters are closer. This is literally so fucking close. Both of them are literally winning and losing. Oh no. Ed forces the... Sorry, Niek forces the MCP cell
Beacon detected.
on Revo. The beacon now finally comes in from Ed, pointing to its
Drones are
gunman
coming out.
space.
And this is turn.
Yeah, it looks like Revo's in trouble here. He's started making drones now. Should probably start moving his miners to the other ore patch. Ed now has a miner on gems. Niek has stacked up into lab tech. I think Ed just want to double up on gunman here. Because look at Niek's tanks numbers. It's so tank heavy there. 2 war factories. He's out tanking both Gunman and Revo individually. Gunman now falls to split his time to sort of defend top right and bottom left at the same time of his base. Niek gonna go for Revo's miners. Revo chooses to go for the base trade.
I think that's Revo's best chance here.
And Niek can definitely take that base trade.
Revo needs to go now though.
Niek can... Oh, what? Why is Niek tracking back? He can defend and take out Revo at the same time here.
Under attack.
I think that's a bad choice there from Revo, but Revo goes and takes out the power. The IC is delayed. Niek unfortunately just taking too much damage there. He could have taken a Revo, only has like 5 buildings left. The fight on bottom left still continues. Gunman still holding on against Ed.
Demolishing it.
Elite comes over.
For the random elite.
From where? From where? And now Niek is coming in and backdooring. Revo does not. This does have drones in the base. He's not coming in to defend. Gunman is out. He quits. Revo quits as well.
Niek MVP that game, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
After an initial tank fight that really goes the way of Revo and Gunman.
That I never thought I'd say this, but Niek carried Ed in that game. Niek absolutely carried Ed in that game.
Yep.
Also, in the jungle of Vietnam, jungle of Vietnam heavily favors that light. Not well, heavily is a situational term, but not sure why neither Ed nor Gunman go and win allied here.
Player defeated.
Anyways, Revo green top right, Niek top left, Gunman on bottom left, and Ed on bottom right. It's gonna be a corners game here. Corners game, Ed and Gunman. I'm always looking at Ed and Gunman and where their positions are. It looks like they're directly on bottom.
Here, potentially.
I don't know. Both of them have been holding up pretty well. Actually, I think that game, when Revo went and take the base trade, the game was somewhat done and over with. Instead of defending that last game on Cold to Speak. That's why you saw Gunman sort of just quit out immediately and not really staying on for his teammate. Revo did though, even though he was quote unquote dead.
No, I just meant in terms of positions. I think Ed's likely to get doubled there.
Yeah, and then continuing my point. So I don't. There's a lot less opportunities for Niek to sort of help Ed here in the double because it is a corners game. But if Revo and Gunman do, Ed's saying they will press bottom. Yeah, so if Ed does get doubled, Revo will have to be on the ball and sort of realize what's happening to his teammate and backdoor whenever he has the opportunity to. Ed going zero and pressuring down bottom as per usual to watch that miner.
Yeah, and Ed's got a rhino coming across.
Oh no, yep, that miner is lost. Gunman going 2 miners on jungle of Vietnam in a corners game.
That was bold. That was so bold. Right, Revo, he's got 4 rhinos. You gotta go, buddy.
Wow, Gunman here making a very, very big gamble there. Going 2 miners in the corners jungle of Vietnam game. Ed, however, going 0. And Revo is coming to Gunman's rescue
Revo,
here.
No, don't sit and wait. You just
Backdooring.
go. Gotta save his ally.
I think if Ed doesn't pull back here, Gunman is dead. Then Niek is not coming to us back. Wait a minute here, because Niek is coming to Ed's help here. Revo, what is he doing? Just sitting there, not targeting nothing. He is Michael
Revo,
back in
the
base.
other miner, buddy. Revo.
Yeah, P is not controlling his units at all. He's too busy defending his own base. Which Gunman realizes as well. Gunman not backdooring Niek as he should. This is the circle of the 2v2s. Revo can definitely defend there. They're even on time too. The sentry gun defend his advantage.
Beacon detected.
Revo survives another day.
Neek
Ally
space.
is under attack.
I think if you look at this exchange, Ed and Neek have come off worse.
Yeah, most
Gunman's
definitely
sitting out
there.
with 4 miners. Revo's sitting on 2. Ed is just on 1. Neek has 2. With the second one having just recently come up. So I'm looking at Gunman to really start snowballing here.
Yeah, it's gonna run away with the eco for sure. Losing 1 miner there. I mean, going 2 miners is a very big gamble, but I guess it pays off in this case if you have the right teammate to start a backdoor and know what's happening.
Arguably, it would have been better if it just gone 1 miner, right?
It depends. Maybe the Ed saying Gunman going 2 miners gave him sort of an overconfidence in knowing that, oh, he went 2 miners, I can take this. Instead of, oh, he went 1 miner, maybe I can take this miner and then get out of there. Or he can stay in and make
Maybe.
a little bit more damage.
Yeah, maybe.
Where is that miner go? Revo. There you go.
I want to see some initiative out of Revo.
So many fucking refineries there, Gunman, jeez. Yeah, Revo could I think Revo is just playing towards the Gunman. Like we saw how Jacob played
Yeah.
to Legend. Now this is a mismatch if I've seen one. The Ed is gonna go across to play. Sorry, Gunman gonna play across to play against Niek, and Ed is gonna play across to go
Neek getting
against
caught on the
Revo.
cliff.
Our ally is under attack.
Yeah, but Ed is on splitting up 3 of his rhinos onto the bottom left here.
Oh, nice split. Revo needs to go.
Yeah.
I don't like how he's sitting in his base for so long. It's
Our
really
ally
going to
is under
cost him.
attack.
Because every time he sits in his base, it's a 2v1 against Gunman.
Maybe that's a lack of experience that I was talking about when Revo,
Our ally is
someone
under
who
attack.
is normally a 1v1 player but does play 2v2s for FFGs.
Even if
But,
you're not going to attack, right? You want to be moving your units forwards, harassing. You want to be making your opponent
Our
have to
ally
look
is
at you
under
and be
attack.
worried about you. If his unit, his units are so tucked in there. They could, Gunman's got to be really feeling the pressure at the moment.
Yeah, Gunman surely is thinking, what the hell is my teammate doing?
Yeah.
Niek is out of the game. He was out of the game. He didn't have a war factory there. But because Gunman was forced to push back to sort of defend against Ed, because Revo wasn't really pressuring him at all.
Oh, even if it's even, Revo's got to focus on one thing, Gunman's got to focus on one thing, and Ed's got to focus on 2. So you got to expect Ed to come out as the loser in that sort of engagement there. Gunman getting another miner drones.
He does have 2 war factories though, Gunman, and Niek is constantly hitting broke here with 1 miner. But
Revo
Gunman doesn't wanna take that fight and sort of lose the rhinos to drones. So we'll be a little bit worried there just like that. Gonna go for the last miner though.
Our ally
And
is
Ed
under
is
attack.
slowly just posturing against Revo here.
Now Revo can sit in base. He's got 5 miners. He's got his eco.
Our ally is under attack.
To a point where it will boom. Right now you try and trap. Ed.
Oh, but the colonies are there.
Our ally is
It's gonna be hard for to go along against.
I think that's good. He's saving his miners because again, Ed
Our
is
ally
gonna
is under
permanently. I mean, Ed is now losing his war. He probably will live. But
Our
Revo,
ally
but the
is
second
under
power,
attack.
he's looking to build another war factory. And the second that war factory goes down, Ed is
under
done
attack.
for unless something magical happens. Top left, Neek is absolutely gone.
Our ally is under attack.
So it's now just going to be a matter of
Our
grinding
ally is
Ed
under
down.
attack.
They should be able to if Revo keeps out the pressure and not back so and let Ed 1v1 here. Excuse me, Mr. Revo. Nick saying sorry. But now finally Revo comes into play here. He's just waiting for Gunman a little bit too long there. Colonies are taking out the refinery, funnily enough. There you go, the last miner finally goes down for Ed. Revo's still taking that fight. Gunman can backdoor him right now and just taking him out of the way.
Revo?
Our ally is under attack.
Revo was out tanked there, along with the miner
Yeah,
fodder.
but he was aiming for the miner the entire time.
Yeah. There you go, War Factory goes down and Gunman is finally here.
Our ally is
I'm
under
really
attack.
trying for it.
Player defeated. Player defeated.
I think that downfall there was sort of just... I don't know, Revo camped in base, waited for Gunman for too long, and I don't really... Niek sort of messed up his play there, I think. Some, but I can't really remember. I had a thought in mind, but I lost that thought process. Niek was... Ed went to pressure down in bottom left. Niek... When Revo went down, Niek was going to a stop right, and he sort of lost his fight there. He had the surprise, the element of surprise on his hand. And then he sort of didn't do anything with it. That was Revo's game, yeah.
That was Revo's game. That was
He
Revo's
held
game.
on for a little bit too long. Could have done a little bit better there, but he did.
He could have done better, but that was Revo's game. That was it. Revo saved Gunman at the start by going in. I think it could have been done better. But the fact is, he did it, and that's, you know, and they came out with a win.
Yeah, you called QM for nerds, man. What happened to the nerds?
I didn't say QM. I said clan ladder.
It still is in competitive QM setting.
Player defeated.
It's clan ladder. It's completely different. It's clan.
Never
QM
mind.
is for nerds.
You don't get my point.
But the point is that Grant was one of the guys that Berg said would be able to help out with that. Now he's back. The possibility of a clan ladder has gone from very close to 0 to 0.0000001%.
I wouldn't say he's fully back, but he is. He did sort of throw out that thingy there.
Last summer he said he wasn't touching it.
Sounds like another FC Drunken Rumble. I'm not drunk. I do not drink. Matt drinks. He is the often drunken one.
I opened a bottle of wine when the
See what I
series
mean?
started. Like,
See what I mean? See what I mean?
I am only half a glass in.
Oh, I think you meant half a bottle there.
No. I have drunk half my glass in half an hour.
Staying sober is the way forward. Coming from Luke, I don't believe that.
No, staying sober is boring. I'm supposed to be going out tonight with a bunch of college students. It's going to be excellent.
Stop going out with college students, Matt. You're 30.
I didn't go out with I'm 26 and they're 20. It's not like college is in university. Sorry, I'm thinking American. Talking American.
Boomer.
I didn't end up that last night. My little brother got home at 6 o'clock this morning. I would have.
Yeah. Anyways, it's a top versus bottom here. Both Gunman and Revo have switched it up. So like Gunman will have to face Ed, and Ed is going 0 here, pressuring on. Yeah, Gunman does have the early FC. That drone is there as well to drone any. There you go, and the Grizzlies go in. This looks like trouble for Gunman here. Revo and Niek are both still chilling. They went 1 minor. Niek went 2 minors. No, he still went 1. But Ed is. Jesus, man. We've known Ed to be very aggressive, but I'll go against Gunman, especially against an allied player. Gunman definitely.
You got to expect this. That's why they swapped.
Yeah.
Worth pointing out that Niek actually went 2.
Both teams are nervous.
Yeah.
Because they know one of them will face Madman in second
he
bracket.
does. But Revo does outtank him though. If you can apply the pressure, that'll help Gunman a little bit. I think Gunman definitely respects the Soviet rush. That can definitely happen at any time here.
Yes,
but maybe he's just
Gunman is
feeling
experienced enough to know exactly how to counter a Soviet rush.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is why he isn't really going too all out here. The paradrap is there. It's gonna come around the back to sort of save Revo from the split.
Beacon detected.
And there's a beacon from Niek. Revo again still setting his base. There's no pressure in here. He seems to be hiding behind the sentry guns and be a little bit too much.
Ed is in a bit of trouble now.
Yeah, he just.
You know, he went with this early game pressure and he hasn't got really. He didn't get anything out of it.
Yeah. He got a couple of grizzlies, but I mean, Ally can easily outproduce that pretty quickly. Revo, man, he needs to, like you said earlier, take the initiative and sort of go on the front foot here. He can definitely take this fight against Niek, especially with the Rocketeers there, and it looks like he does.
Gunman hugely out of position. Where was he?
Oh yeah, he was.
Ed could have got the MCV there.
I don't think you want to lose any units there. Drop now coming in. Does have a fodder as well. It looks like Niek somehow pushed back the Revo there. Niek on 2 warfare entries, Revo on 1. And moving his MCV. And Niek is outproducing Revo at a very alarming rate here, going 2- and having 2 warfare entries.
Yeah.
Revo can definitely afford another warfare entry.
Yeah, Revo's on 4k. He needs, and in fact, he got pinged by Gunman to build down the cliff here. Sorry, I say here, where you would normally build down the cliff.
Yeah.
And that's why Revo's moving his MCV.
Yeah, you think especially when you switch it up and you gotta move your MCV for your ally, it's a little bit off-putting there, having to move at a different position. But Ed putting on the early game pressure there, actually heavy early game pressure. Gunman defends it, and sort of Ed didn't really get anything out of it. But now there seems to be pretty even, but then again pretty even on both AVS, Classic versus Run. It's gonna be a bit of an issue. But Niek, Revo, please, Niek is coming across here, going towards Gunman, and Ed is getting 2v1. Revo chooses to go for the base trade at a slightly late rate, might I say. Let's see. He
does get a lot of Niek's miners there.
Yeah, and the death still coming up from Ed.
Okay.
Revo taking up the fire, the second miner there from Niek, and Niek has just
3 miners. And moving his MCV actually really helped. Okay, that actually somehow worked out pretty well for Gunman and Revo. Revo killed 3 of Niek's miners, lost nothing, and Gunman, okay, lost his war and his racks, but that's about it. Niek is economically in trouble now. Revo definitely needs another war. He's on 7k. My God, man.
Revo, they're just sort of allowing Niek to go all day to its Gunman. Didn't work out for him, but he does have a second warfare trio now, and they can definitely double up on Niek here. Ed's units are also there. Shadow tank control holds
Revo
up.
wins this fight.
It is kind of even, but a tank control from Ed. Ed just sort of backs away from it there.
Yeah.
For the entire fight, Gunman are building that prison tower to help him. And Revo holds on pretty well.
Slightly actually screws over Revo because you know he can't get a miner down there.
Yeah, that engagement right at the start there, it was definitely Niek's fault, or Niek's. The mistake definitely lied with Niek there. Niek there. Losing that fight whenever he had a couple units in base but didn't manage to sort of hold on against Revo. Elite flag comes out on the top left side.
Ally is dying!
Prison towers are still there. They're on the cliff as well. It's going to do heavy damage. Gunman now without a war factory. He's going to have to rebuild. And Revo's still... Revo's still sitting sort of in his base, playing against... not really putting on pressure. I don't think Revo has ever been in Niek's space this entire game.
And he could have been!
I mean, along with Gunman.
He's got 3 FK miners, top right.
Our ally is under attack.
Oh yeah, he does.
He notices now, thank God, but he's going to be broke for so long.
Oh, there's nothing going wrong left to help against Gunman as well. Gunman can't micro them. The miners away. The paradox.
Revo is just being... It just feels like Revo is being way too slow to react. He's not helping out Gunman at all. It's like he's playing a 1v. He's playing a 1v1 versus Niek, which is exactly what Niek and Ed want. Hoggers, my dude.
Yeah, I don't want to. Revo was just so late to reply to anything there. Gunman is now left with to defend his own bit. Both Gunman and Revo has not been at a neat space. Again, Revo allowing Niek to set out trample all the way towards the middle and do some damage on his minus there. He should have placed his tanks down the cliff.
Niek space though. Rocketeers getting wrecked.
Our ally
Yeah, now air trampling over to the top right side. Revo and Gunman have been defending so well, but they haven't been sort of, when the opportunity arises, they could have just went in on a counter.
Well, of course, Gunman doesn't have an opportunity. Revo does. Gunman's getting taken out. Revo's tanks are just sitting there.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Ed's base, it's totally untouched. There's no scuff marks anywhere. Ed is
Which
totally...
you sort of expect. Like, he's been pressuring an ally the entire game. But really, I haven't seen Revo push into Niek at all. I felt like there's just been so many opportunities for him to take, if not attack Niek's base, to help out defend Gunman, to let Gunman build up.
Our ally is under attack.
It just seems like he's been rather slow to react to a lot of things. Gunman as being an absolute pest with his Rocketeers. I love it. He is demolishing Niek's base. Some Valley Girl hats? How dare you? I don't sound like an American. How insulting. Yes, Revo! Take him as he comes up the cliff! No! Where are you going? What was that?
He didn't want to take that fight. He was still out tanked there.
Yeah,
The thing Revo could have definitely done a lot more here is he could just backed off and use the Prism Tower to his advantage there. Prism Tower is now one hit any rhinos that come along the way. So you could have definitely used that a lot better. Using your base defenses as well. Revo 2 or 5 trees, his miners are mining dirt. He doesn't have anything left to mine unless he goes towards the middle. And Revo's failure to sort of catch this or grasp this sort of area allowed Niek to, on many occasions, go across towards the Gunman and do a lot of damage there. Revo gonna take out Ed's MCV there. He needs to be careful with his tank control. Ed does not have any, however, he's managed to pull it out the bag here, even though he was out tanked, but now it goes across the cliff there.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you said earlier that tanked. I mean, attacking up a cliff is very different to attacking on low ground, so you can very easily win a fight up a cliff.
Our ally is under attack.
But Revo not really getting into position there, and that's the loss of all his units. Top right, the base is gone.
Player defeated.
Gunman sells out, and Revo is a spent force. I believe Gunman and Revo are in BC. See, I could do that, and then I'd be like, haha, and looks like I'm in charge now.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'll probably just end the stream and then start it back up again. You know, haha, fuck you. Get all played.
Yeah, every time, yeah, James on it.
Exactly. Yeah, left to try Montana also, which is interesting. No allied for that double para.
Not even from GM or Ed. That is surprising.
Ed and Gunman are gonna take the power drops though.
That does make more sense.
It's gonna be an Ed versus the Revo up top, and Gunman versus Niek down bottom. Give me 100k points. Let me just restart stream. Oh, word. I think the fucking alert that comes up for that 100k and stream thingy is so like British meme humor, which I don't think Matt understands because he doesn't.
Is it literally me?
No, because he doesn't understand football. So the meme is from English football. Excuse me, God man. Commerce engineer is just sitting down there. And it's gonna eat it. That's gonna be absolutely allowed. I'm not gonna deny that at all. But Gunman forgot to take his and Revo gets drone. Gunman forgot to take his power drop there. The drones just sort of take out the engineer. And Ed following up with a rhino to try and take out that miner.
Revo's drone miner.
Should have a service depot up or it's gonna dump it. You know, he's absolutely gonna lose it.
He's broke. Broke.
He does manage to dump it though, and it gets into another miner. Yikes.
This is a disaster for the left team.
Yeah, but Gunman is now here taking out Ed's. He took out Ed's. No, Ed saved his miner that was in the middle. And Revo does save his one single miner, so he needs to rebuild another ref down to its bottom. There are no miners on the bigger jam patches, but Niek now putting the pressure on Gunman, and Ed is as well, both crossed over the Montana border without any valid certification. So Gunman and Revo is like, hello, show me your papers and get back to your own country. I shouldn't say it, that's a bad thing to say.
Wow!
But
no, I mean, not only is Montana a state, dude. Although I suppose you're American, you don't really know the difference.
True. Yeah, Revo now being pressured by Ed with a couple contests as well from the power drop. Drone gets taken out. Gunman now on the big jam patch. I don't think Revo will be there to take the bigger jam patches. He's gonna leave it all to Gunman, who will have the eco boost. So the situation now is very dire because Ed is right in the middle. Ed can go to either player. If he goes down to Gunman or goes towards the miners, Gunman will be hit in the 2v1 here, and Revo needs to come in and help him along the way. The fight on bottom left is gonna go on. Gunman doesn't want to take that fight. He regrets it immediately, and Niek can pressure on here. No fodder, but he does out-tank him by like 3 fucking rhinos. And Gunman loses the fight to Niek, even with the defender's advantage. The fodder is there. Defender's advantage helping there, but Ed again, literally how I said it.
Building garrison.
Barrel is there, Revo. Use the barrel, Luke. His name is not Luke, I think. But literally Ed there just went towards the miners, and Revo very slow to react once again, forcing Gunman to lose one single miner and get off the jams.
This is an absolute, absolute disaster.
Yeah, again, I think it's just Revo is slightly late to the reaction there. That's why Revo just quit out early.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gunman quit out early. And there you go, Revo saying oops in chat. Dear. Alright, 3-1.
Why did Marco not sign up to this? Is it because he's bad at RAT?
No, he doesn't wanna play 2v2 tournaments.
I see.
Right, colors are orange and the yellow. Top is bottom, cabin to Siberia. So I think definitely any sort of top to bottom left to right game is definitely favored to its Gunman and Revo if
100%.
they are able to sort of work against one another, work against with one another, and play off each other's plays and tactics. That being said, Revo definitely lost the game on the Montana. They're definitely not helping out his teammate. Whenever Ed just went towards Gunman's minus, yeah, so stood there and was a sort of 2 seconds late to that reaction, which is why Gunman just quit out. Yeah, Revo did apologize for it, which is fine. But so all Iraq, top versus bottom, top versus bottom. Excuse me. Alapaso better than Tusov. I absolutely agree, and I believe Frank also agrees with me on this one. But it's just I think they just want to go for a punching power definitely more than anything else.
Yeah.
Revo most definitely is a allied player, and so is Gunman. But both of them can play. So I think Revo's allied is better than So
In Yuri's, yes. In
yeah,
RE2,
but
I'm not so sure.
he doesn't play RE2. Yeah, exactly. Which is why he's going for Sov here, which is the easier
Gets
faction
droned.
to sort of get used to.
Revo's droned again.
Our ally is under attack.
Save that. I think Gunman allied Revo Sov.
Don't dock!
You can save it.
But just.
I think Rebel's ally is definitely a lot better. Revo Soviet and then Gunman allied would be a better pick here. And Ed can definitely go allied and Niek can just go Soviet. So it's a pretty even matchup. We have seen that before. Where was it? I don't know whether they have gone AVS on both sides.
And moving.
Yeah, both go allied.
Oh, come on! Getting his miner droned after 3 rhinos shooting at it.
And then the drone went into the other miner?
No, it ran from the far left of the map across past 3 rhinos and got into a miner.
Right. Yeah, so all players are going heavy on miners.
Into drone, exactly.
And it looks like Niek is gonna be the aggressive one here. Ed is on the middle as well. And Niek saying don't do it. Ed don't need to don't do anything crazy. And I'll win it later, says Ed. Ed will probably win against Revo here down the right side.
Beacon detected.
But he needs to be careful here. Gunman just sort of went in alone there in the middle when Ed and Niek are both there. So it was immediately beaconed by Ed. Ed going around the cabins of Siberia onto the
Revo,
bottom right hand side.
Undeployed MTV, out of position. Oh, his runners are out of position. Okay, Ed backing off though.
Beacon detected.
Oh, there's a potential sandwich here, but Ed pulls back out. So not much of crazy stuff here. Revo trying to use that cliff along, going back to the right hand side. The miner was in trouble, still is in trouble. But Ed now splitting up, knowing that he out-tanks Revo. Gunman
Revo,
is
you gotta
here.
trust your ally here. Split.
Yeah.
Don't sit up on the cliff.
Revo should have realized that Gunman is there. He can go and evolve his tanks. He just thrown away half of his rhinos there. Sentry guns are out to help him. And now Niek is going across to the left side for that split against Gunman. Look at the production here, boys. 4 wolf factories to 1. Jesus. As I take a sip of water there, Gunman just sort of pushing Ed back.
And Revo's tank's still sitting up on that cliff.
Yeah, he needs to go on the low ground here. And instead of going back and forth, just stand on the choke points. Gunman and Niek are going at it.
And he's still there.
And he is very, very late. Gunman in that 2v1. Revo, where is he? The lag to Chicago must be a little bit late there. Ed getting 2v1. Sorry, Gunman getting 2v1. Absolutely dominated. MTV goes down. Revo very, very, very late to that sort of help against Gunman. And look at his production from the top team. 2 war factories, 6 war factories in total against 3. They're gonna be out-tanked, out-produced 10 out of 10 times. You're never gonna match them in production at all.
Revo, buddy, it's just not what I expect to see out of Revo, honestly.
That's why we are forgetting this as I won't say this is what happens to Yuri's revenge players going into RE2, but
yeah, he seemed very scared.
This is definitely a 1 game for the top team again. Revo, I think the lag to Chicago is just a little bit late at the ping. I gotta check his ping later. I think his ping might be like 600 or something.
What, I mean like 30,000 seconds?
Oh, another pathing.
And he's just driven through. Oh.
Yeah, the lack of control there for the pathing is so not really a good thing from Revo.
I
just
just don't know what
cleans
to
up
say
here.
to this.
Just again the lack of experience from Revo here in RE2 and in a 2v2 setting. Ed and Niek, veteran players in RE2 as well, so can definitely abuse this to their advantage. And I mean, you take a look at Revo's base. There are one war factory, second one now on bottom right, but
and he had 6 miners like when he moved to MCV.
Yeah, and Ed had 4 there, so it was immediately a lost game for them. So Niek and Ed on the red and blue. You missed it, yeah.
Player defeated.
Red and blue is up top, top plus bottom, divide and conquer. Revo knows this map very well. I mean, he for sure knows the other maps as well, but depends on whether he will be able to sort of step up and have a little bit more better reaction time and in-game decisions, that's for sure. So we saw on Hack, he was a little bit scared to take control of the lower point, and that allowed Niek to sort of try just sort of waltz over to the top left spot. Top this bottom. And then Niek both along the top. Then on Cabins of Siberia, he was very late to help his teammate there. And again, not really taking sort of like the initiative to go forward, stand your ground, and sort of prevent having that map control to prevent your opponent from getting more access to his all sort of areas here. On a pretty basic map, I say basic, sorry Josh, on a pretty even flat ground map like this one.
Well understood map.
Yeah, and a very easy map to sort of understand. A double drone? Oh no, that's gunman's drone.
Revo getting droned again.
He should be able to sort of solidify his position here and at least keep up the pressure on. Where is Revo? He's up against Ed. Never mind. If he was against Niek, he could have keep up the pressure, but Ed now sending 2 rhinos in. He's gonna get that miner out, and he does. As on 2 miners, Revo was on 3. He did go 1 miner extra, and the drone not doing anything as well from Gunman. And Revo now in deep trouble once again. Another miner goes down. Now Niek is under pressure on Gunman. I think they decided to go heavy on miners here. Do 1 miner too much. Gunman trying defending well with that sentry guns there. But Revo is fully dead now, no miners. And he has to build 1 miner from the war factory. Ed choosing to leave him alone, knowing that he's gonna be very late to sort of help his teammate here. And the double on Gunman is gonna be happening once again in like the 3rd time maybe in this matchup that this happened on 2v1. Going for that power. Revo makes a miner, but he is now broke, so he will have to just sit there with nothing much. He could sell one of his refineries. But the double up here, let's see, 3 miners, and Gunman with 1 miner taken out. I think 2 miners taken out there. Still left on 1 singular miner. People just have sentry ready in SBS. It depends. Yeah, it is definitely a 1 game for Ed and Niek. So the predictions do come true. Ed and Niek would definitely take the game away. I expected it to be a little bit more of a bigger fight,
Player defeated.
but Revo is sort of underperforming there. And Ed and Niek take it away 5-1.